This is going to be the hardest video I've ever had to make out of all my videos. I don't even know where to start. So Cooper has unfortunately passed away. He passed away yesterday. He was my best friend, and I did, know that it was kind of coming, but I didn't I don't know. I'm going to explain to you guys everything, what happened yesterday, before then, and I'm not doing this video for views or anything. I actually wanted to make this video because he is the strongest boy I've ever known in my entire life. He's the strongest boy, and I wanted to let everybody know that he was so strong, and just, if anybody else is going through this, that it's gonna get better. Honestly, for me right now, I feel like it's never gonna get better. But yeah, I wanted to share his story. And also, people would probably wonder what happened to him, and he wouldn't be in my videos. Also, I do have a few videos that I filmed a few weeks ago that I didn't post yet, so if those videos have Cooper in them, that's why. But he's not alive anymore. He's in heaven, and I'll tell you in a minute how I know. So let's get on to this story, because it's one that has to be heard by lots of people. Also, I have his collar, his little bow, and this is his socks that he used to wear. This is the last sock that he wore on his walk, and I drew his little face on it. And this is my favorite stuffed animal now, his sock. So this started many weeks ago. I think this started, first of all, my poor boy didn't deserve any of this. He deserves to be with his family, happy, but he's even happier in heaven. He didn't deserve to be in pain and suffering. We did have to put him down, which was my worst fear for Cooper, to have to put him down. I was hoping that whenever it was going to happen, it would happen on his own, and we wouldn't have to, make that decision, but we had to, because he was in a lot of pain, he was suffering, and so basically this part, okay, he was always the strongest boy, but he was the strongest, especially when back in April of 2020, he, as you know, he didn't walk on his feet, he walked on his hocks, and you guys saw, so that was really hard for him. Yeah. It was really hard for him, it must have been really hard to change his lifestyle of walking. And also, I will be posting this on Cooper's channel as well. I will be keeping his channel up still, because, I feel like it's just a memory, There's a lot to say, but it's kind of hard to say it, He was my best friend. People don't even understand how much I loved him. And there is a piece of information I will not be sharing for Cooper's sake. Some people might not even believe me anyway if I say it, but I feel like it's something that Cooper didn't want to be shared, so I won't be sharing that piece of information. But it's something I didn't know about until my mom told me last night. And it's nothing bad. It's actually kind of supposed to be a relieving kind of thing, and I'm just very shocked about that. But like I said, I will not be sharing it, just for his sake, because he probably didn't want others to know. He just wanted me and my mom to know, my dad, and just. So okay, let's tell you about the last few weeks he has been not well. he started to pee blood, and this vet, so we go to this vet, and there's two different vets at this vet place. There's one who's a bit younger, and we find that she makes a lot of mistakes with the dogs and stuff and the cats. I don't know. I don't have a cat. She just makes mistakes. And there's another doctor who is much wiser, much better. Like, I know the doctor that probably won the other, like, literally I'm shaking, you can't even see me. But that doctor meant well, but she just made a lot of mistakes. So she said that he had a UTI. That was many weeks ago, and unfortunately, she probably kind of got it wrong. You know, a few weeks later, he kind of stopped eating. He wasn't eating, wasn't drinking, you know. I'm literally shaking. You guys can't even see, like, you can't even see. But, he wasn't eating or drinking. And then, you know, the doctor was like, hey, you know, okay, like, let's check him out again. And she said it was his prostate. He wasn't fixed, he wasn't neutered, so, yeah, but the doctor said it was his prostate, so my mom gave him this, like, natural prostate stuff. He was on this antibiotic that did such horrible for him. It was horrible. I forget the name. I don't remember the name. I don't even want to say it, because, just in case, but it didn't do any good. It made him, I think that's what made him lose, like, his appetite partially. And first the doctor thinks it's UTI, then she thinks it's his prostate. And then, also, like, a little bit before then, the good doctor, like, the older one, the good one, heard a heart murmur. But, this video is already getting long anyway. It's gonna be 20 minutes long, I don't care. So, basically, he was, like, we went to, like, you know, we put him on a bunch of medication because we thought it was the prostate, and then we recently went back to the doctors, the good doctor that we like, who doesn't make mistakes, checked him out. We took some blood. Last time we took blood, it was in June for him. And that doctor, like, we're really mad at her, like, you know, because, like, he was in such suffering, such pain, and now he isn't. The doctor, she was like, oh, well, why don't we just take some blood, and we'll let you know, because she thought it could be pancreatitis, or it could be his kidneys, because he did have kidney failure for, like, over a year, and which is a miracle. My mom gave him these drops that made him last over a year. So they said 6 months to a year, but he lasted over a year. So they took some blood. We got a horrible call yesterday. My mom was, like, so upset the last few days. Like, she thought that he was gonna die. And I was like, do you really think he's gonna die? Like, and she's like, I don't know. And then the doctor said it could be pancreatitis, so she felt a little bit better because it's treatable. And we got a horrible call yesterday from the vets that said his kidneys, I still don't know what the numbers mean, but last time it was 20. Now they were at 100, so his kidneys completely shut down. They were not working. And mind you, this happened yesterday, so. And he didn't go pee that day at all. He didn't use the bathroom, like, he didn't pee at all that day. You know, poor thing, he was, you know, it was his kidneys. They completely shut down, and I was really upset. So basically what that meant was we had to put him down from his kidney failure because it was just going to get worse. She said we can put him on dialysis for a week, but that's as long as he'll last. And we were like, why bother? Like, why bother? Because he's only going to last another week, and he's already in such torture. He didn't want to eat. My mom's syringe fed him just to keep him alive. We had to stuff medication inside of his mouth. We didn't know, you know, and my poor boy, I really miss him, guys. I really do. And yeah, basically we went we scheduled the appointment to put him down for 4:50. This is my first dog, guys. It's really hard to lose your best friend. He was my first word. A lot of people don't know this, but when I was a baby, I said my first word. My mom was carrying me up the stairs. He always followed us, and my first word was par for Cooper. Par. I said par, and I pointed at him. I said par because I knew it was Cooper. So this is really hard. Losing him. He was in a lot of pain. He just wanted the best for us. And I know now, especially, I always knew he loved me, but a piece of information I will not be sharing. Let's just say I know 1000% now that he loved me so much. And I know I'm sitting by the window, I'm sitting by the Baby Alive house, and I know he's watching us. I know he is. He met my mom's other dog, Toby. He met my grandpa. He met my grandma. My other grandma. But poor Cooper was shaking. I told my school that, I told my class or whatever that I was not going to be coming back. My mom told her boss that she won't be coming back for the day. And he was in so much pain and shaking, and his legs were shaking, and he was going like this. So my mom and me think he was already reaching out to go to heaven, but he was in so much pain that we had to take him before 4:50 for that to happen. So we got into the vet's office. We were both crying. We were upset. We were just, we all said our goodbyes, and I still wasn't ready. You're never ready to lose a loved one. He was my little brother. For me, I've always wanted a sibling. Always. I'm an only child, and I've always wanted a sibling, and he was the sibling that I've always wanted. So we got there at the vet. First, they got right to it. They put this needle, because they didn't do it yet. They just put the needle in, so whenever we were ready, they could, do that. We said our goodbyes. We hugged him, we kissed him, we thanked him for everything. So then we left the room. Actually put him, they made him unconscious first, and we were there for that. But when they gave him that to put him down, we weren't in the room. We didn't want to be there when his heart stopped. It was just too hard. But we came back in when he was already gone, in heaven, flying, watching us. He was probably wondering, why are you crying? I'm in heaven, We had no idea he was in so much pain, He was near my mom when she was in labor with me. He was sitting on her feet, running to the toilet with her every time she puked and everything. So we had to be there for him when he was in pain. So yeah, it was really hard to say bye to him. My grandma and aunt were going to come. They were on their way coming home just to our house to say goodbye to him while he was still alive. But they actually came to the vet's office and said bye to him when he passed. He actually died with his eyes open. So my aunt, when she came in there, she closed his eye. Poor boy. I'm gonna miss him so much. I already do. So now, after that, we went home. I didn't even want to eat anything. All I could do was look at his little sock. And just, I couldn't do anything. My aunt actually gave me something. My aunt gave me this goose, Mother Goose. And actually, this is such a coincidence because I have a bunch of really weird names. They're not weird, but it's just names that people won't understand. And I used to call him Mother Goose. And my aunt had no idea, but Mother Goose. And he used to, have a blankie on his back, and he would have there's a photo with him and a hat. So yeah, another thing which is literally insane. I cannot believe this happened. I'm gonna show you guys. Obviously we were really crying. We were really upset. And Cooper, we saw him in the sky. We saw him through the clouds. And I will be showing you a photo. We did take a photo. So here's the photo. Don't know if you can tell. This is the bottom of his snout. This is the top. That little dark thing is his nose. Those are his ears, his head, his little eye, and his paws are down here. Take a moment to look at it. Again, this is his snout. This is his head up here, and that's his ears, and that's his paw. And we saw him with his paws. And guys, he's able to walk right now. He's able to walk. And, my best friend, which I did write a note. I did write to him. I wrote him a note. I drew a picture of him and everything. So I'm going to be reading it. I will be showing some pictures of something just for a sec. So I can't show my face when I was a baby because I don't want to show my face online. But this was me taking Cooper for a walk. Sorry, the light's being weird. But that was my little baby hand taking him for a walk. This is the iconic photo of him. And this was him playing with a ball when he was younger. He loved to play with little balls and run around. Now I'm going to read you the note. So I wrote to my best friend, who was always there for me. When I scraped my knee, you would kiss it better. Always there to hold paws. You have always cared, and it's hard to find a dog like you. You even did things with me, even when you didn't want to. That's what very best friends do. They give up their own happiness for someone else, to be next to me, just to be next to me. You always gave me kisses, rain or shine. You'll forever be my puppy, always mine. The memories we have made together will be cherished in my heart forever. The wagon rides, the beach vacations, the cozy nights together are moments I will always remember. I feel like our friendship some can't understand. The kisses, the hugs, the times we hold paw in hand. You're my favorite boy and will always be. You make friends everywhere you go. You never want to fight. You always took care of me. Now I take care of you. You were there for my first steps and words, and I'll be there for your last. Just remember these first few words. I love you now, the future, and in the past. And yeah, so it is morning right now. So last night, I'd say we had a pretty good night's sleep. But I woke up and I was looking for Cooper because usually he'd be somewhere in my room, and I remembered, oh yeah, he's not there. So yeah, and we're really upset about it. He took lots of medicines. And Cooper's friend, this is another thing. Cooper's best friend Ollie, he a day or two before he died, Cooper, we took him in a wagon on a little walk in the wagon, and his best friend Ollie was jumping, and he was looking at him. He was jumping on us. He never jumps. Ollie pretends like he doesn't know us, honestly, but he's a very best friend to Cooper. He always done lots of things. I know he's just a dog, but dogs are very loyal and valuable, and he was jumping, and we were like, why is he doing that? And then yesterday we went on a walk by ourselves. We took Cooper's sock and his coat, his little coat. His coat is right here, his coat. And we actually saw Ollie in his backyard, and he was whining, he was crying, so he kind of knew, I think, that Cooper wasn't there. So what we're also planning to do is we're planning Cooper's remaining of his cookies. We're planning to keep one cookie just as memory, what cookies he used to eat, and we're gonna try and see if any of his friends wanted some. We'll go knock on their door and tell them what happened. Just his closest friends.